Yeah, the topics we have discussed are the integration scenario, Gmail integration, right? We discussed just to give you an idea, of what are we going to do as an integration developer or a CPI developer or CI developer, cloud integration. Okay. So today we'll discuss little more on the same integration scenario, okay, where we add sender. Okay. So, and also to do this, we need a tool called Postman. Okay. So we need a tool called Postman. Guys, Postman looks like this. This is freely available tool on internet. Okay. So you can go to internet. Okay. You can go to internet. Just put download Postman. Download Postman. So what is this? Post from Instagram. Download Postman. So you get like this. Okay. So here download app. Okay. So just Windows 64-bit based on your laptop. Okay. Download the app to get started. Okay. So once you download it, right, you just need to install it. Okay. For installing, just you get a .exe file in the downloads. Okay. Just double click on it and install it. Okay. Just double click on it and install it. It will get installed on your laptop. Okay. Once the Postman tool is installed, okay, so you just get a shortcut like this on your desktop. Just double click on it, it will open. Okay, double click on it, it will open. And also there is one more thing called Notepad++. This is also free tool on internet. This also please download. I will explain about this in one class. Notepad++. Okay. So these are like this will help you as an integration developer, okay, to make your life easy. So how does it make your life easy? I will explain. So you need to download Notepad++ and Postman to download these things. And one more thing is SOAP UI. SOAP UI. This is also free download. Okay. Download these three. Okay. So now let me open our iFlow. Okay. So this is how our Postman looks like once you open. Oh, it's not opened yet. Yeah, it's opening. Meanwhile, let us go here. So click on edit. Yes. Okay. So in previous class, we have selected here timer, right? So for part of Gmail integration. other formats as well, not only XML. Okay. Okay, but XML we convert into XML sometimes because operating on XML file is much easier, okay, compared to other formats. Okay, so here we used earlier, 1 minute guys. Hello, yeah. So what happened here? Yeah. So the start timer we use for the iFlow to start by itself. Okay. So today I am going to show you start message. Okay. This start message event is used when there is a sender application which will send data to CPI. Okay. So for sender application, you see here just a representation. Sender means just a representation anamata. Okay. So like this. So here you need to select the protocol. So how sender application will send the data? What is the respective adapter? So for now, I am showing you HTTPS. Okay. Now there is a sender application who send data to CPI using HTTPS protocol or HTTPS adapter. Okay. We receive that. We do some operation here and then we send out a mail to the recipient. So here we can also talk this, I mean, people will call in real time that it is a HTTP to mail scenario, HTTP to mail integration. So sender is HTTP, receiver is mail, like that. That is also one way of calling, okay? So HTTP is sender and mail. So let's click on HTTP and see here what it is. There are 3 tabs: connection, conditions, connection. So in general tab, you can see only the name HTTPS. So here direction is sender and adapter type HTTPS, protocol also HTTPS, transport protocol, message protocol none. So connection, here you need to give some meaningful address with slash. Some meaningful name. Here address means some meaningful name. Okay, here let me tell you Gmail integration. Authorization, user role or client certificate. There are 2 things. We put user role and this one we unselect. So and then conditions, here maximum message size. Okay, that means we can limit the message size that we would like to accept. Okay, if I keep 40 here, so source application will not be able to send 50 MB here. Source application can only send 40 MB, not more than that. Okay, so this will help in terms of performance and all. Okay, so if some application is sending by mistake some thousands of MB or 1 GB, it is very difficult for the application to process. Okay, so it may give performance issues. Okay, that's why there is an option here to restrict the size. So given by SAP is 40 MB, we have used till 100 MB also. In our integration, we are using 100 MB. Okay, so it depends. Okay, so let's see what happens now. I am saving it and deploying it. Okay, so here see deployment not deployed. See, now it is deployed. Once it is deployed, go to monitor. Okay, we open our integration suite in one more page, right? Or we can do like this. You can duplicate. So you can duplicate the same page so that we can work on 2 things parallelly. Okay. So now go to monitor. Where do you see your integration flow, guys? Where do you see your integration flow in monitor? Huh?
Monitor message content.
Monitor
Message content.
message content. Okay. So anyone else? Where do you see your integration flow? I am in the monitor
Manage
place.
integration content.
Yeah.
Log
Integration
level
content.
trace. Log level trace.
Integration content we can say.
No. I am asking iFlow. Where do you see iFlow? Okay. So
On
it can be
trace, by clicking on the trace, we can
no.
see the
By clicking on the trace, for that to click on trace or to set up trace, you need to know the integration flow, right? First.
Yeah.
If you have integration flow, then only you can enable trace for it.
Artifacts in design.
Yeah. So you have to go to
Manage
manage
integration.
integration content. So the manage integration content, this contains the artifacts, means iFlows or different artifacts. As of now, you know only iFlow. Okay. So iFlow and other artifacts also, whether they are deployed and started successfully or they are in error, how many artifacts are there total. So that information you can see in the manage integration content. Okay. So if iFlow is successfully deployed, it will be in the status started. So now we have only one iFlow, that one iFlow is started. Okay. So go there. So now here, once you identify the iFlow, click on it, and here right side you can enable the trace here. Okay. So I want you to understand here. So now, so this is our iFlow, right? So now we have developed iFlow. Now sender application is ready to send data. So from CPI side, do I need to share anything with sender application?
Endpoint we need to share.
I need to share endpoint. Anything else?
Username.
Who is speaking? Sairam.
Sairam.
You earlier worked in PIPO, Sairam?
Yes.
Okay, right. So I need to share the address, right? Suppose we discussed this guys multiple times. If I want to send a post to you, I should know your address. Then only I can send, right? Similarly, if sender application wants to send data to CPI iFlow, sender application must know the endpoint or the address of the iFlow. In other terms or in technical terms, we will call it as the URL of iFlow. URL of iFlow. Okay. So what is the URL? First point. Is there anything else apart from URL is required? Apart from URL, what is required for sender application?
Username.
Yeah, credentials. See, simple guys, while sending mail here, what did we get? We maintained address, right? SMTP server address, right? And also we created username password, right? Of Gmail. I mean, we means here the receiver. Receiver provides the server address and also the credential. In this case, in this particular case, this guy is sender, this guy is receiver. This guy means CPI. CPI is a receiver. This guy is sender. So now he wants to send data. So from CPI side, we need to share them the URL and credentials. URL and credentials. Okay. URL and credentials. Let me do one thing. Okay. So this is sender. This is okay. Right. So what sender must know? URL of iFlow and credentials. Okay. Who has to provide this? CPI developer has to provide these details to the sender application. Okay. So now let's see. Now go to the monitor. Go to the monitor. So if you scroll to the top, see here, endpoint. So we are in the same page. See guys, again I am telling you, in the manage integration content, you are going to the your iFlow. So once you click on your iFlow, so first thing you see here is endpoints. Okay, you see here is endpoints. Okay, so in the endpoint you find the address. You find the address. If you notice here, this Gmail integration, see the / Gmail integration is nothing but whatever we have given here. Okay, now there is some spelling mistake. Okay, so same thing. So now here what it is, this what this part is? This part is for you have chosen HTTP adapter. You have chosen HTTP adapter, that's why it is HTTP. That what I am trying to say here, this part is specific to adapter. So if you choose HTTP adapter, it will be like this. If you choose different adapter, there could be some different thing. Okay. So, and what about this? This is the server name or address, server address of CPI application, our CPI application server address. So you design 100 iFlows. You design 100 iFlows. For all 100 iFlows, this part will be same because you are building all 100 iFlows in the same CPI. Okay. So this part will be the same. This part will change. Okay. This part will change. So this is with respect to the adapter you choose, and this is whatever we give in the channel. Okay, whatever we give in the channel. That's why this part must be given uniquely. Okay. So for multiple
If you use
iFlows, yeah.
if you use SOAP channel, HTTP will be replaced by SOAP, right?
No, not like that. HTTP will be replaced by some CXF.
Okay, CXF.
Okay. So it is not that, guys. Don't think, okay, we have selected HTTP, here HTTP. If I select SOAP, here SOAP. No. For HTTP, it will be HTTP. For SOAP, it will be CXF. For OData, it could be some ABC or DEF, whatever. Some random string. Okay. Clear? And you need to remember, whatever the address we have given, here, this must be unique in the CPI. Okay. So you cannot give same address for multiple iFlows. Remember. So this is one iFlow. I have given address like this, and I will design one more iFlow. I give the same address. No, it will throw an error. it will throw an error. Okay, అర్థమైందా? Everyone understood? Understood, right? So if I give the same address, what happens? If I give the same address, what happens? First thing
The
is
data will be flown to the both
no.
iFlows.
No, yeah. First thing is CPI will not allow to have two iFlows with the same address. It will throw anyway error. Okay. But normally speaking, suppose now we have Sairam. Sairam is there, right? Okay. So what happens in the same village with the same name and same surname? There is one more Sairam. So what happens, guys? The person who brings a post, he will get confused, right? Which Sairam he is, which Sairam he is, which Sairam he is. Okay. Got it? In the same village, same name, same surname, there are two people. That will be difficult. Okay. So they will take some other criteria to identify the person anyway. That is different topic. Here also. So if two iFlows will have same address, it will be a problem. That's why system itself, it will not allow. I will show you if required. I will try to create one more iFlow with the same endpoint. It will throw an error. Okay, it will not allow. Okay, so that is why you just need to remember while working in a project, right? They will follow some kind of unique naming, some naming conventions. Okay, as per that naming convention, you have to give the address. You have to give the address. Okay, so now we have the address. So address we have. What is the address? This is the address. We got the address. So what else is pending? Credential is pending. So for credentials, you just go to your trial home. Okay, trial home is like this. What happened here? We got stuck. Okay, so you know this page, right, everyone? So you come here. So what are we doing here is we are creating credential. Okay, we are creating credential. So you know, everyone knows this page, right? Where we log in integration suite. Here you need to create one more instance. The name of the instance is process integration runtime. Process integration runtime. But it is process integration runtime. Select integration flow here. Select integration flow here. So the name is something. Okay. So next. So keep everything as it is. Create. Okay. Now you will have a process integration runtime will be created here. Okay. See, once it is created, you click on these three dots. So create service key. Create service key. So here you give the name, something, correct? So here you have three different types: client ID, client secret, certificate, external certificate. So as of now, we client ID, client certificate. You don't need to do anything else. Just create. Just need to give the name. Create. So once you create, actually this part will be done by admin team, guys. This part as a CPI developer will not be do. Okay, will not do. So this will be done by admin team. But for your understanding, I am showing so how it is to be done. Okay. So see, service key is created, right? Now click on this. Click on this. So it will open like this. So here, this is OAuth. OAuth means open authentication. So you may be thinking credential means username and password. But it could be different ways of authentication. So here we are following OAuth. Okay, OAuth. Okay. So how OAuth is? OAuth will have client ID. One is client ID, client secret. Next is
Client
token URL. Token URL. Right? So now these things we will share it with the sender application. Guys, here one more thing. Okay, I will come to that later. Anyway, why to confuse? So this is the credential. This is the URL. URL credentials both are now available, right? We will just give it to sender application. Sender application will send the data to CPI. Now, sender application usually as a CPI developer or CA developer, as a middleware developer, we will not have access to sender application. 90% of the times, 99, unless you are working in very small company. Okay. So we will not have any access unless, okay, we'll have access to only CPI. So now what we'll do, we will share these things to a person working from sender application side. So he will configure these things in his application and send the data. But before sending to this guy, if I want to test, how should I test? Okay. That is why we have a Postman. That is why we have a Postman tool. So what Postman tool is, Postman tool acts like a sender application. Postman acts like a sender application. So now we configure this URL and credential in Postman. Okay, we configure these all things in Postman. Okay, so and send some data as if sender only sending the data. Okay, now from Postman we will send some data. That data will be received by CPI. It undergoes some transformation and then it will goes to receiver. It goes to receiver. It goes to receiver. Then we can verify how it worked in CPI. Okay. So now I open Postman. Okay. Okay, as soon as you open Postman, something like that you will see, like this, maybe empty page. You just click on plus, okay? So it will show like this. You just give the URL which we have got from
Endpoint.
here. So take the URL. Put it here. So this is post, guys. Select post. Okay. Now go to authorization tab. In the authorization, which authorization we have to choose? OAuth 2.0. OAuth 2.0. So once I choose OAuth 2.0, right side, you can scroll down a bit. See here, configure new token. Grant type is client credentials and access token URL. Token URL is nothing but whatever we get from here. See, this is the token URL. Okay, we need to give it here. Okay. Similarly, next client ID. Similarly, next client secret. Client ID, you copy from here. Client secret. Okay, that's it. Now go to the body. So first of all, once token OAuth credentials is given, so you have to client authentication send as basic header. You need to select this. So click on get new access token. Get new access token. So now authentication complete. Proceed. Use token. Okay. So once I click on use token, you go to headers. Here it will show. This is the token we received just now. This is the token. So go to the body. So in the body, you select raw, some text. Hello. First